All right, kitty. Enjoy your day on the couch. Still sleepy. All right. Here. You have a good one, okay? Love you. Have a good day. Yes, you good kitty. We're dealing with 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 206,241 miles on the odometer. It is January 12th, 2024. Welcome to the Please Subscribe show on Cole Spivey's channel. That might be what I say. I think whenever I get to maybe like 10,000 subscribers, I'm just going to call it the Cole Spivey channel, because we've done a lot of please subscribing at that point. All right, I'm Cole Spivey. Hi. Welcome to my channel. So glad that you could join me today. And I'm, yes, it's true, working on the Katharine Hepburn script. It's actually from a book she wrote called Me. Stories of My Life. And what I like about it is her young age, you know, her young times when she was a girl. And she was dealing with all these adult subjects like women's suffrage and stuff. So what I've decided to do was I'm going to focus on that for a part 1 on the script. And it could be like 100 or 200 pages. I have a friend that I'm going to send it to, and she's out in Hollywood. She's I think she's originally from New York, but I saw in an interview, and she just went right up to the microphone on the interview, or they went up to her, and she goes, "I want to play Katharine Hepburn." And I thought, you know, that would probably be a good script. It's the first thing I thought. I know some movie stars, let's just put it that way. A few of them. And I've met a few of them too. Anyway, so we're going to put it together, and I'm going to send it out. And then the werewolf thing, I don't know. You know, horror films, I don't know. I think it might make, I don't want to talk about, like, sometimes I think it might make a good cartoon, and then sometimes I think it might make a good live action. There's a part of me that likes it, and I don't know when I'm going to send that one out. I'm kind of, I was ready by, excuse me, blah, blah. I got to do my tongue twisters real quick, hang on. To sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark dock in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shock from a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, we'll weather the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. A big black bug bit a big black bear, and the so I got a message right there. The big black bug bit a big black bear, and the big black bear bled blood. Big black bug bit a big black bear, and the big black bear bled blood. Susie sells seashells by the seashore. 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 Unique, New York, New York, unique. Okay, now I'm ready. I've been doing that for years. That's why I might as well show people. I've got a few others too. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather. Okay. Well, I was raised by Baptist, so, you know, I've always felt funny going around Hollywood because when I was there, I was like, man, I don't know. You know, this role, we're like that. We can select certain roles. Actors turn down roles sometimes, you know. But anyway, I think this is different because this is published work by Katharine Hepburn. It was a book that she wrote about her life and struggles, and I think it's fair for people to be able to do that. You know, I think it's a good thing. I think God does want that, to keep journals and to tell the truth to people. And we don't know, even though she wrote everything down, we don't know what's ironclad sincere from her heart. Only God knows those things, because sometimes we're a little mixed up on what we say and what we do. We don't always do the right thing. We're broken people. According to Christian morals, we're broken people. It's a broken society, and we make mistakes. It's true. And then and you have to learn to accept that. It's kind of like, think of Breakfast Club. I was thinking about the other day. Remember the nerd character? And he tries to make a lamp, and he makes a mistake, and the lamp won't turn on, and he can't deal with the fact that he made a mistake. So what happened to him? He got detention for it because he brought a flare gun to school and, you know, was going to off himself with the flare gun. Brian is the character's name. Also, Anthony Michael Hall played him. But he had, you know, that was John Hughes' world, creating a world about people that were in detention, the people that messed up. It's kind of like how we all are. Yeah, I know. Goodness gracious. Sorry about that. Well, I had to make a right-hand turn. I know, I saw you. Sorry about that. But, well, all right. So that happens sometimes, you know? And you just have to learn to, I don't know, accept it. And stuff like that. But anyway, why I mention that, I guess, is because mistakes are made, and then you accept it, and then you just move forward. They say that there are no mistakes. Sometimes I've heard that in comedy and things like that, that there aren't really mistakes and stuff. I don't know how true that is. But if you feel that it's a mistake, you can ask for forgiveness and move forward the best that you can. But some people have a problem with that, and some people don't. I don't know how Katharine Hepburn felt towards the end of her life. I don't know if she ever asked for forgiveness. I don't know if she made any mistakes. I don't know the whole thing about her. I have to get to those points when she's more of an adult. And that's why people sometimes feel when you get baptized as an adult. When I talk to my dad about baptism, he always mentions himself at 12 years old. That's when he was baptized. It makes me feel kind of weird, because he's always talking about that. But I think with baptism, you're an adult. You understand that we're in a broken world, and that you know, and Christ asked us to do two things, you know. He asked us to baptize and to heal. And those are the two things that he requested from us. I'm going to switch over now. Anyway, so I brought like a little bit of a religious aspect to the Katharine Hepburn thing at the beginning, even though she was at one point, or it says in the book, something about atheism. I don't know if she was proclaimed as that. I don't know for sure. I don't know how she felt about the church. So this could be, like I said, a very challenging script. Because I think secretly what I'm going to do is put a time in there where she maybe calls out for God. And they may not be in me, you know, but that may be something that she may have done, and maybe she didn't admit to it. But if she admit to it to God, then that makes a big difference to God, right? Because the small things that we do, or the large things, and we do it unto the Lord, it means a big deal. So, just want to say that. All right, don't forget about Susical Musical. This is coming up in February. And then also March, we're going to do once a month. The fair is going on right now. Frank Kent selling cars. All right, so the first delivery is going to be 5:49 p.m. arrival, 3 minutes, 1.4 mile. All right, there's the Trinity River and the skyline of Fort Worth. And we are going to be approaching Rockwood Go-Kart, spelled with a K. And this also is a mini golf setup, so you can just go get your ticket. Watch out for the cactus. It's got cactus in there somewhere. But hey, you know, mini golf is still coming back. It was really strong since the 1980s when the icon putt-putt appeared. And Channel 11, BJ Cleveland would be there putting and talking to puppets on national television. Well, I don't know if it was national. It's probably local. Channel 11 was like local back in the day. And then he started running UT Arlington. Or no, I'm sorry. He started running Arlington Theater. Probably some of UT Arlington too. But yeah, he's out in Theater Arlington. I remember I met him at a Neil Simon Rumors audition, which I really would have got that. I mean, I really wanted to get that. I really wanted that role. He didn't give it to me though. But boy, he cusses during those auditions though. Don't tell anyone. He was a children's, it's kind of like a version of Mr. Rogers, but like local television. You ever know who I'm talking about? For Channel 11, he was always at Putt-Putt Golf. I'm BJ Cleveland. Hi, everybody. And he would be like a puppet talking. All right, next delivery, 6:07 p.m. arrival, 14 minutes, 4.8 miles. All right, I turned on new order, Age of Consent. It's the one that goes dun 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 until it changes and goes dun 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 dun, and you know it has all the electronic stuff. You know how it goes. Or I think New Order Age of Consent goes dun 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 dun. Sorry, I misquoted it. Dun 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 dun. All right, sorry, it has like an extra beat that I was leaving out. Dun 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 dun. Kind of, that's more kind of a. All right, don't know if I advertised it earlier, but Susical the Musical is coming in February. Don't forget about Once in March. Written by a guy named Glenn Hansard out in Dublin, Ireland. His friend, I think John Carney, who was the bassist for the Frames, they got together and made this musical. But also they made a movie first, and John Carney was a big part of the movie. He plays the bass. A really big movie. If you've ever seen it, it's Once. Glenn Hansard's great. It's a wonderful movie. He hooks up with this lady I think she's already married, and she's playing piano, and they go off and have like a musical affair. They keep true to the music, and it's really good. And then they end up Falling Slowly was one of the songs. I think that's what you look at the plot, check it out, and then if you want to add a comment, please do. I used one of the songs in a what was it? It was okay. So it was in our reception at my second wedding, and which was the good wedding. Well, it was more of a wedding. But it was, we used some of his music, and then we danced to Falling Slowly. So, yes, Baptists sometimes dance. We're not supposed to, but it was a small little two-step kind of dance thing that we did. We feel like dorks. But it was when we, you know, before we had children, and, you know, when you're getting married and you're all, you know how it is. You're feeling strong feelings for one another. And we kind of made an agreement, you know, that, well, for one thing, we both kind of met over baptism, or at least my baptism, and then she talked to me about getting baptized and kind of lectured me on it. She wanted me to understand it clearly. Hers was kind of like, Angel was about evangelical, so it was like a gospel mission for her, which I think marriage should be. And then, you know, that's just how she was. She's done a lot of missionary work. So she wanted me to understand it clearly, and since she wanted me to understand baptism, then I decided to marry her and give her children. And then we, you know, went from there. there's Apple. That's the Apple store I usually go to. Within a year, I hope to get an iMac, and I'll switch my Final Draft over to Apple, and that's probably when things will go down. And it'll end up happening for me. Here's my plans on the Katharine Hepburn thing. I may get the app version. You can get an app version of Final Draft, and that way you can work on it when you're on the go and stuff. And then, you know, you can turn that into PDF and just send it around wherever you want, or FDX probably. If it goes, I think there's the FDX version, so you can send it through PDF or FDX. Probably will do that. The Hepburn thing right now is just in my notes. Sorry about that, Diane. But I did put clearly, you know, the camera cues in there between the dialogue. It's mostly just her dialogue. And then it's like cut away to a black and white photograph of, you know, her dad, or a black and white photograph of her mother sitting at a desk, things like that. But that's being done through notes only. So I know Diane expects nothing but perfection from me. But eventually what I'll probably do is turn it into, eventually I'll turn it into a FDX. But for right now, it's staying in my notes, meaning notes on the Apple. All right, guys, we're going down the Park Hill Drive where my high school sweetheart lived. I lived at these apartments when I got kicked out of, I didn't get kicked out of Darnell. I was asked to leave because the Japanese architect came in and made the Modern Art Museum. Tadeo Ando, he had me live there for a while. Not personally. That would have been cool though if he called me. Cole, I'm building Modern Art Museum. You're gonna move Park Hill Avenue right down where ex-girlfriend lived. I don't know the house because I think they revamped it. It's really crazy, but I want to say it's this one right here. And they added like a whole lot. It's like a 2-story house now. She was Catholic. We were like madly in love. She became an artist though. But we became like really close friends too. Maybe it was this one. It couldn't, no, you know what? It's this one. It was this one right here. I'm 100% sure. It was this one, 100% sure. Yep. They did add a 2-story to it. Yep, it's that one. Right off of Shirley. Her nickname is JQ. But yeah, she has art online. We'll talk about that later because I plan to buy some of her artwork and show it one day. Kind of to, you know, still let her know I'm around. I can buy it, you know, if it's for sale, you know. I don't know if she's selling on Etsy or not, but I know she was selling on her site. Something to do with the red cardinal or something. I don't remember. Just something, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Something that was on her website that sounded kind of Catholic. But I went to mass with her a few times. I'm still Baptist, just like, no, I'm Protestant. But you know, it was a Protestant and it was a Protestant Baptist. Okay, it was a Protestant Baptist or Baptist and I was Anglican kind of at the time, and she was Catholic, I guess. I don't know if you really can be that anyway. I guess you can. Oh, this is a nice house. All right, next delivery will be at 6:52 arrival, 2 minutes, 0.7 miles. So I got a little story about Jennifer. When we first got together, I gave her a ring, and then we drove down this way, right over here on this road, off Stadium, and I broke up with her. Somewhere like around there. And she cried. So then towards the end of that night, I went ahead and decided to stay with her. I don't know why. It was like an instinctual breakup kind of thing. That probably wasn't a good choice. But I don't remember exactly why. I don't have a reason why I did it. Like I gave her back the ring. It probably had to do with, you know that Smith song, William, William, William is wrong, and it's really nothing. And she returned the ring and blah, blah, blah. You know, anyway. It's Morrissey wrote it. Stephen Patrick Morrissey wrote it, but I don't know. I guess I was, I don't know. I mean, I had the theater, I guess, when I was younger, and I don't know. I don't remember what the reason was. I felt like we'd maybe fall like too deeply in love or something, and we were just like very young. I think it was this house right here, and I felt we were too young and stuff like that. But then we continued on, and then we did fall deeper in love, and then eventually she went to UT Austin and left me at Wesleyan, Texas Wesleyan, and then she cried when she left then, or she got teary-eyed. And that was, I think, the last time I saw her. I'm trying to think. I think she did come visit me at the Darnell place before they turned it into the Modern Art Museum. And now she does pottery stuff, but I don't know how. I know she painted me a photo. I lived right in this one right here. And I remember I cut my pinky right here on a tuna fish can and went to the ER and called my dad. I was kind of a nerve. They gave me like 2 stitches. I was getting a little neurotic. But to me, it was bleeding. I was like, wow, I gotta get to the ER, you know? It was like this little, I can still feel it when I play guitar. Every once in a while when I'm playing guitar. You can't really see it. Let me show you. There. Right there where you can kind of see it right there. See, right there. So it is sensitive whenever, that's why I don't use the pinky that much when I play the guitar. I still use it every once in a while, but anyway. Yeah, I think she visited me one time at the Darnell place. She came and saw me. And then that was the last time I ever saw her. But I did call her one time. It was really embarrassing. I called her when I lived in Crowley and I was about to marry my first wife. I think I called her and chewed her out. I think we've all done that. Didn't know why I was chewing her out either. But anyway, and then she was just laughing, and I started laughing and everything. I think she was actually married too. So that happens to high school sweethearts. You have to kind of make that, conclusion at some point, and then realize it was just puppy love. There's the iguana. Puppy love does count. It does say, I think in the Bible, I think in Proverbs, it says, marry the love of your youth. And there's some truth to that, But what I think that may mean, in my interpretation, when you truly fall in love, you feel young. And it's new, like a new love kind of thing. And stay with the new love. Because you can still remain young at heart. But people have different interpretations of Proverbs. My response to falling too deeply in love is Tina Turner nowadays, It's like, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart's meant to be broken? Tina Turner nailed it with that song. What does love got to do with it, What's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart's meant to be broken? I know it's not exactly that way. I wonder if she really wrote that. She probably did. She was a genius. But when you're younger, you don't know what's going on. You don't know your left from your right, really, But that was then. This is now. I'm still stuck in my same town. I see a road like that, and I have to pay homage to the person. I have to be respectful, for the show and remember. They're not giving out full names and things like that. I'm just gonna say her initials JQ and her first name's Jennifer. Okay. It's pay homage. All right. Sorry, I said a pay Amish. I had to pay my Amish dues. Homage. If you didn't catch that, pay homage. You're paying homage to things. Pay respect.